Whittward Carver, the accidental guru. You know, they say personality is like a fine wine. Sure, some people age into a full-bodied Cabernet, but every now and then, you get a box of Franzia that's been left open for a week. And that, my friends, is where the fun begins. I had this mate, right? Let's call him Terry. Terry was as bland as a digestive biscuit dunked in lukewarm tea. Born and bred in the dullest part of the Midlands, he was about as exciting as watching paint dry on a cloudy day. But Terry had a secret weapon. He was bloody persistent. One day, Terry decides he's had enough of being the human equivalent of beige wallpaper. He starts reading these self-help books. You know the ones. How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Power of Now, and something about a monk who sold his Ferrari. I mean, who sells a Ferrari? You'd have to be mental. So, Terry starts practicing this stuff. He begins with small talk, which for him was like trying to speak Mandarin after a few pints. He'd go up to strangers and say, "Wagwan, mate. Banging day, innit?" People would look at him like he was speaking in tongues, but Terry didn't care. He was on a mission. Now, Terry wasn't exactly a looker. He was what you'd call fit if you were legally blind and had a thing for accountants. But he starts dressing differently too. He trades his beige slacks for skinny jeans and his polo shirts for band tees. He even starts wearing those ridiculous hats that make you look like a cross between a hipster and a fisherman. But here's where it gets interesting. Terry starts to change, and not just on the outside. He starts hosting these personality development workshops at the local community centre. He's got posters up everywhere. Transform your life with Terry. I mean, who the hell is going to listen to Terry? But people start showing up. He's got this routine down pat. He starts with a bit of small talk, then he throws in some motivational quotes, and before you know it, he's got a room full of people chanting, "I am enough. I am enough." It's like a bloody cult, but with better snacks. And then one day I walk into the community centre and there he is, Terry, standing on a stage, microphone in hand, looking like a cross between Tony Robbins and a budget Russell Brand. He sees me and says, "Whitward, mate, come on up here. Let's chat." I'm thinking, bloody hell, Terry, what have you done? But I go up there, and he starts asking me about my life, my goals, my dreams. He's got this intensity in his eyes like he's channeling some ancient wisdom or something. And then he says, "Whitward, you've got to let go of the past. You've got to embrace the now." I'm standing there thinking, this is Terry. The same Terry who used to alphabetize his sock drawer. But you know what? He was right. I had been holding on to some crap from the past, and it was weighing me down. So, I started taking Terry's advice. I started living in the now, and you know what? It worked. I started feeling lighter, happier. I even started enjoying those bloody workshops. And that's when I realized, personality development isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you already are. Even if that means turning into a self-help guru who wears ridiculous hats. So, the next time you see someone trying to change, don't laugh. Don't judge. Just remember Terry, the bloke who went from beige to banging in a matter of months. Because you never know, they might just be the one to change your life. And if all else fails, at least you'll have a good story to tell.